Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to English with Me podcast, where we chat, laugh, and help you level up your English every single day. I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Mike. So glad you're here with us today. Whether you're listening on your morning commute, at the gym, or just chilling at home, we are so happy to have you.
Today's topic is a classic but so important. We're going to talk about our daily routines. You know, all the little things we do every day from the moment we wake up to the moment we hit the pillow at night.
And trust me, my daily routine is, let's just say, interesting. Rebecca keeps teasing me about it.
I really do. Okay, so before we dive in, if you're a learner, don't worry. Throughout this episode, we'll stop and explain useful vocabulary and phrases, so grab a notebook if you can. Let's go. All right, Mike, let's kick things off. What time do you usually wake up in the morning?
Okay, so I set my alarm for 6:30, but honestly, I hit the snooze button at least 2 or 3 times before I actually get up.
No way! 2 or 3 times? That's so bad, Mike.
I know, don't judge me. It's like my body just refuses to accept that the night is over.
Okay, listeners, let's look at two really useful phrases there. First, hit the snooze button. When you hit the snooze button, you press the button on your alarm to get a few more minutes of sleep. We all do it sometimes, right? And second, get up. This just means to get out of bed and start your day. So Mike hits the snooze button and eventually gets up. Eventually.
Eventually is the key word there. What about you, Rebecca? I bet you're one of those people who jumps out of bed at 5 a.m. with a big smile.
Oh, you know me so well. Yes, I usually wake up around 5:45. I'm a total morning person.
5:45? Are you serious? That's the middle of the night.
For you, maybe. But I love mornings. Everything is so quiet and peaceful. I feel like I have the whole world to myself.
Okay, I have to admit, that does sound kind of nice. So what do you do first when you wake up?
First thing I do, I drink a big glass of water. Right away before anything else. It wakes up your body and your brain. Then I do about 15 minutes of stretching.
Oh, that's a great habit. I've been trying to do that, but I usually end up just scrolling on my phone instead.
Mike, you are hopeless.
I know. But hey, I'm working on it, okay?
Okay, let's look at a couple more phrases. A total morning person. If someone is a morning person, it means they feel energetic and happy in the early morning. And the opposite, a night owl. A night owl is someone who stays up late and feels more active at night. Mike, you're definitely a night owl, right?
100% a night owl, no shame.
All right, so after you finally drag yourself out of bed, what does your getting ready routine look like?
Drag yourself out of bed. I love that phrase. Okay, so I jump in the shower first. I keep it pretty short, maybe 5 to 7 minutes. Then I get dressed, make a quick breakfast, and I'm out the door.
Whoa, that's fast. How long does the whole thing take you?
Honestly, about 30 minutes, maybe 35 if I can't find my keys.
You always lose your keys. Okay, my routine is definitely longer. I shower, then I do my skincare routine. That takes maybe 10 minutes. Then I do my makeup, pick out my outfit.
How long does that take? Like an hour?
Okay, maybe 45 minutes, fine. But I like looking put together when I start my day. It puts me in a good mood.
That's fair, that's fair. Hey listeners, put together is a great expression. If someone looks put together, it means they look neat, well-dressed, and organized. The opposite would be looking messy or like you just rolled out of bed, which is basically how I look most mornings.
At least you're honest. And another great phrase from what Mike said earlier, out the door. When you say you're out the door, it means you've left the house and you're on your way. I had breakfast and was out the door by 7, natural and super common.
I use that phrase all the time without even thinking about it.
That's the goal, right? When phrases become automatic, that's when you know your English is really flowing.
So, Rebecca, what does your workday look like? Do you work from home or do you go to an office?
I actually work from home, which I love. I start working around 8:30. The first thing I do is check my emails and go through my to-do list for the day.
Oh, I do that too. I feel like if I don't write things down, everything just falls through the cracks.
Exactly, falls through the cracks. That's such a good expression, Mike. Listeners, if something falls through the cracks, it means it gets forgotten or overlooked, usually because you were too busy. I had so many meetings that my report fell through the cracks. Make sense?
Perfect use, right? I also work from home, by the way. I'm a freelance writer, so my schedule can be a little different each day. But I try to keep a routine because otherwise I just float around the house doing nothing.
Float around the house doing nothing. I love that image.
It's very real. Okay, so do you take breaks during your workday?
Yes, I'm a big believer in taking proper breaks. Around 11 o'clock, I take a short break, maybe just 10 or 15 minutes. I step away from my desk, make a cup of tea, maybe go outside for a bit of fresh air.
That's so important. I used to just power through the whole morning without stopping, and by 1 p.m. I was completely burnt out.
Ooh, great phrase alert. Power through means to continue doing something difficult without stopping, using a lot of effort. And burnt out, if you feel burnt out, you feel mentally and physically exhausted, usually from working too hard for too long. Those are both really useful expressions.
Super common in work conversations. I use burnt out a lot, unfortunately.
We need to fix that, Mike.
What about lunch? Do you cook or do you just grab something quick?
I usually cook. I like to take a proper lunch break, about 45 minutes to an hour. I cook something simple, eat away from my desk, and decompress a little.
Decompress. That's a good one. To decompress means to relax and release stress, usually after working hard or being in a tense situation, like taking a deep breath and letting everything go for a moment.
Exactly, your lunch break should feel like a real break, not just eating a sandwich while staring at your laptop screen.
Guilty as charged. I do that way too often.
We all do sometimes. Okay, let's talk about evenings. This is where I feel like our routines are very different.
Oh, absolutely. Go on, you go first.
So I usually wrap up work around 5 or 5:30. Then I go for a walk, about 30 minutes. I find it really helps me transition from work mode into relaxation mode.
Oh, that's such a healthy habit. The transition idea is key, right? You need something that signals to your brain, okay, work is done.
Exactly. And wrap up is a really common phrase. To wrap up means to finish or bring something to a close. Let's wrap up this meeting. I'm wrapping up the project. You'll hear it all the time.
Great one. So after your walk, what's next?
I cook dinner. I actually enjoy cooking. It's kind of like therapy for me. I put on some music, pour a glass of wine sometimes. It's very relaxing. Then after dinner, I might watch a show, read a book, or video call with friends or family.
That sounds lovely. My evenings are a bit more chaotic.
Tell me everything.
Okay, so I work late a lot. Like, sometimes I don't actually stop working until 7 or 8 at night, which I know is bad.
Mike, that's way too late.
I know. I'm working on setting better boundaries. But then after I stop working, I'm kind of wired, like my brain is still going, so I need some time to wind down.
Ooh, two great phrases there. Wired. When you feel wired, you feel very alert and energetic, almost like you've had too much coffee. It's hard to relax when you feel wired. And wind down. To wind down means to gradually relax after being very active or busy. Things like taking a warm shower, reading, or listening to calm music help you wind down before bed.
Exactly. So I usually wind down by watching something on Netflix, or I'll play some video games for a bit. Very mature, I know.
Nothing wrong with that. What time do you usually go to bed?
Uh, Midnight? Maybe 1 a.m.?
1 in the morning? Mike?
I told you I'm a night owl. Everything makes sense now, right? That's why I can't wake up at 6:30.
It all makes sense. Okay, so I go to bed around 10:30. I have what I call a wind down routine. I put my phone away, maybe do a bit of journaling, and do some light reading. I'm usually asleep within 20 minutes.
That sounds amazing. I really need to work on my sleep schedule.
Small steps, Mike. Small steps.
Okay, so we've talked about weekdays, but what about weekends? Does your routine change much?
Oh, I love this question. Yes, on weekends I sleep in a little, maybe until 7 or 7:30, and I have more time for things I enjoy, like going to the farmer's market, trying a new recipe, or meeting up with friends for brunch.
Oh, I love brunch. That's like the one time I wake up early on purpose.
There it is. He found his motivation.
If there's food involved, I am a morning person. My weekends are usually pretty relaxed. I sleep in until like 9 or 9:30.
Of course you do.
And then I like to go to the gym in the late morning. Working out on the weekend feels so good because you're not rushed. During the week, I sometimes skip it because I'm in a hurry.
That's relatable. Hey, sleep in is a super useful phrase. To sleep in means to sleep later than usual, especially on a day when you don't have to wake up early. It's Saturday, I'm going to sleep in. Really common, really natural.
And skip? To skip something means to not do it, to leave it out. I skipped breakfast this morning. She skipped the gym because she was tired. Simple but important.
You're like a natural vocabulary teacher, Mike.
Maybe that's my calling.
All right, we're getting close to the end of today's episode, but let's leave our listeners with a few quick tips. Mike, what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone who wants to build a better daily routine?
Ooh, good question. I'd say start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Pick one habit you want to build. Maybe it's waking up 30 minutes earlier or drinking water first thing in the morning, and just focus on that for a few weeks until it feels natural.
Love that. Great advice. Mine would be protect your morning. How you start your day really does set the tone for everything that follows, even just 10 or 15 minutes of something intentional. Stretching, journaling, a quiet cup of coffee, it makes a huge difference.
Set the tone. That's a beautiful phrase. If something sets the tone, it establishes the mood or atmosphere for what comes after. Her opening speech really set the tone for the whole conference. You can use it in so many situations.
Perfect. Okay, let's do a quick vocabulary recap for everyone before we go. Are you ready, Mike?
Ready?
Hit the snooze button, press your alarm to get more sleep.
Get up, get out of bed, and start your day.
Morning person, someone who is full of energy in the morning.
Night owl, someone who stays up late and feels active at night.
Put together, looking neat, well dressed, and organized.
Out the door, you've left the house, and you're on your way.
Fall through the cracks, to be forgotten or overlooked.
Power through, to keep going without stopping, with a lot of effort.
Burnt out, mentally and physically exhausted from too much work.
Decompress, to relax and release stress.
Wrap up, to finish or bring something to an end.
Wired, feeling very alert and energetic, unable to relax.
Wind down, to gradually relax after being active or busy.
Sleep in, to sleep later than usual.
Skip, to not do something, to leave it out.
Set the tone, to establish the mood for what comes next.
Amazing! That's 16 vocabulary items in one episode. Great work, everyone.
You are all rock stars for sticking with us.
All right, that is a wrap on today's episode of English with Me. Thank you so much for listening. We really hope you learned something useful today and had a good time with us.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, and leave us a comment below. We love hearing from you. Tell us, are you a morning person or a night owl? Let us know.
And if you want to practice your English even more, try this. Write a short paragraph about your daily routine using some of the vocabulary we covered today. It's great practice.
And if your routine looks anything like mine, don't worry. We're all a work in progress.
We really are. All right, Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and remember,
English is not just a language, it's a superpower.
see you next time.
Bye, everyone.